Greetings all, and welcome to another Tale of Woe, where we will be continuing the adventures of Wallflower and Nuru. In the last episode, they had just finished at the Wizards of Wine winery, and we're heading back to the town of Vallaki. But on the way back, one of the places on the map was Lake Bartok. And the thing about the Lake Bartok was I had mentioned to them that they'd asked about some rumors in the town about this mage, and apparently the lake was where this mage had been seen last, and they basically wanted to track down this mage to complete their mission for Strahd, but also potentially to get his side of the tale. So they pulled in, they parked the wagon, they left Stampy affixed to the wagon because they figured that no one is going to do attempt to steal a wagon full of wine if there's a zombie elephant attached to it. Reasonable thinking in my mind. So they went to the lake, and Nuru, upon showing up, immediately noticed a strange white elk just staring at her, and she sort of stared back, and she asked Wallflower about this creature, and Wallflower didn't think much of it. Being a druid, she attempted to communicate with this thing, and it just ran away. And Piddlewink ran off and attempted to shoot it with his mouth dart, his instant murder dart. And it vanished. So essentially the idea was that they were going to go to the lake. I was going to give them the sighting of the elk, the potential that this might be the mage because it's all white. I was sort of imagining when Gandalf came back after being transformed into Gandalf the White, how there's just light behind him. That was sort of the image that I imparted, but instead of seeing a humanoid figure, there was like an elk-like figure. But the idea was that they wouldn't be able to meet the mage just yet, but he was going to show up every now and then and just sort of give them little winks and give them waves, and basically just keep the mystery going until they got to the point where they were able to actually meet up with him. So me thinking that that would be enough, and like I said, this group, for the character of Nuru, the character of Wallflower, the gifts that just keep on giving to a dungeon master, weren't able to spot the hints that they weren't going to find this mage, and just continued to search. So they split themselves up. They wandered around different sides of the lake, and they met on the other side. And Nuru said they came across, there's actually a mountain on the far side of the lake, and they decided to climb up the side of this mountain. Right, okay, because it is the Mad Mage of Mount Bartok, and this is Lake Bartok, so makes sense. They get to the top, and Nuru rolls her perception. Now, on this mountain is a werewolf den. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to let them find this thing, because it's going to... this thing is way above their power level. If they find this thing, they're going to be absolutely destroyed. Natural 20. She finds this damn werewolf den, and lured with these, like, ooh, this must be where the Mad Mage is. They wander inside, and I keep on saying that they're hearing the sounds of howls and the sound of rustling noises and animal sounds in this building. You're saying, basically, just saying, again, saying everything without saying the word, you need to leave. You are going to die if you do not leave. Please, for the love of God, get the hell out of here. Didn't get the hints. Never really got any of the hints. So they kept on wandering in, and unfortunately, not being the stealthiest rogue and druid out there, they raise the alarm. And so the entire werewolf den knows that they are there, and they are in trouble. They are running. They burst their way down the mountain, and basically, I think they had like something like 10 werewolves in humanoid form, some in wolf form, barreling after their flesh, and so they were in trouble. And the problem was that they probably wouldn't have had so much trouble if they had Stampy with them. Unfortunately, he was on the other side of the lake. So this is where I had to fudge it, as it were, for them in order to keep them alive. Because she'd already used her Willard encounter for the day, so she couldn't get his help out from the ring. So I had the Mad Mage come to their rescue. And again, much like Gandalf the White coming in, just I described as through the mists they see this bright blinding light, and an energy bolt moves past it, a massive fireball engulfs all of the werewolves, and the werewolves are turned on their heel. But when they turned to see where the attack came from, all they were able to see was this elk. And I said the elk gave them a wink and basically nodded its head and trotted off back up the hill. So that was their first encounter with the Mad Mage of Mount Bartok. But would not be the last time. This character actually ended up becoming a major NPC for the rest of the campaign and was a lot of fun to play. And for those of you who know more about this character, I think you'll like where he's going. But we'll come back to that in the next Tale of Woe. Next time.